Hey everyone, and welcome back to another one-on-one. And I am here with field manager for the 2020 season, Travis Akre, and I'm Danica Tramberg, the Chinooks digital reporter for the 2020 season. So I just want to start off by saying, where are you at? It looks so beautiful.
I'm actually back home in Minnesota at the moment.
It looks wonderful. We've had some rainy days here lately. How's passing time during quarantine and the pandemic? What have you been up to?
Yeah, it's been interesting. It was kind of I was out in Arizona when it happened, like when um, everything started to shut down, and I was out kind of watching some former Chinooks, actually, just watching some college baseball out there and taking in the weather, taking in spring training, and all of a sudden this happened, and I figured it was just best to come back to home base and be around family, and I'm glad I did. It's being a college baseball coach for the last 15 years or so, it's you miss a lot of time with your family. So I really just wanted to come back and hang out with my folks and spend some time. And my father and I have certainly been out playing a lot of golf lately, which has been enjoyable. And now we're finally starting to open some things up. So getting outdoors a little bit more and trying to be active as much as we can. But spending a lot of time trying to keep in contact with our Chinooks guys too here for the summer.
Yeah, that is exciting. What do you think some of the biggest challenges and obstacles, in your opinion, that summer baseball might currently be facing while dealing with all of this craziness?
Yeah, good question. I think first and foremost, we're all just trying to kind of figure this out on the fly, and trying to figure it out, trying to figure out how we can keep everybody safe, and then with trying to get our season going here, we're trying to figure out what's the best way that we can provide a great experience, but keep everybody safe in what we're doing. And there's a lot of work with that, and we're trying to open up the stadium for fans, and we want to, make it a first-class experience. And so, we want to make sure that we're staying within the guidelines that the city and the state is providing for us, and that's the biggest thing. But and more importantly, too, or just as important, I should say, but making sure that our players are safe too. They're excited, they're hungry to get out and pick up their season that they didn't get to have. So just trying to make sure that we're doing our best to do this the right way.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously safety is top priority. Do you think there's any concerns with how players may perform or be ready to play since they haven't had normal training or preparation for the season?
Yeah, that's a tough one. Everybody's what everybody's had access to here is the biggest thing. As we started to open up things here in some states around the country, they're able to get back into weight rooms and stuff like that. In some states still are, on with doors closed basically policy here. So, yeah, that's a big one. Just trying to make sure the guys are staying in shape. I've talked to some guys that are at home just basically living on push-ups and sit-ups at the moment, so that's a big one. But just guys with limited access to being able to hit at places or get ground balls, or pitchers finding a catcher to be able to get some bullpen work or some long toss work, so that's a lot too. But I think that as we get going here, hopefully we can get a little bit of time with these guys too, to pitchers get a little bit of live work with hitters and let the hitters get their eyes back and seeing some live pitching too. So it's a process, there's no doubt. But, as we keep going with this and the warmer days are upon us, guys are really itching to get back at it.
Yeah, it'll be exciting to see everyone back on the field again. What are some of your thoughts on the current roster of talent, even though some of the guys aren't able to play this spring?
Yeah, I love where we're sitting here with our roster. We've got some returning guys coming back. Griffin Dorsing was the one that our fans certainly liked last year. Jake Thompson's off to a really good start at Oklahoma State, and he's coming back. Trenton Wallace is another guy from the University of Iowa that we're excited. Drew Smith is coming back. He was with us 2 years ago. Was off to a really big start down in Arizona at Grand Canyon. I was there Opening night, them versus Oklahoma State, and Drew Smith goes off for 6 RBIs and a home run. I mean, really cool to be a part of that and watch, a couple of Chinooks going at it. So I'm excited for our roster. Excited to, see where these guys can pick up. I mean, that's to their credit, them, how they're able to keep their mind and their work ethic going, and just getting them back here on the field hopefully soon. Just really excited to see how they, battle back, because it's really, someone's mindset, is really a big component in all this and how you can get through this. So I'm hoping that these guys really bounce back.
I'm hoping the same. Switching gears a little bit, looking at MLB and NCAA. So my first question would be, what are your thoughts on the new proposed timeline of the NCAA season suggested by the committee members from the Power 5 conferences that would see college baseball getting extended into July?
Yeah, that's been a topic that's been on the table for a long time. Certainly from the coaches up here in the north, they're just battling the winners. You never know if you got a long winter or a mild winter, whatever the case may be. But it's something that, like I said, the northern coaches have been fighting for a long time, and I see the value for it on the NCAA side of it for sure. For instance, teams like UW-Milwaukee, Iowa, Minnesota, I mean, they're having to spend every single weekend for the first 5 weeks on the road down in Florida, Arizona, going somewhere south. And that's a big budget killer. So I understand that, but, they're trying to make it a little bit more equal playing field in that regard. But the other side, too, is the injury piece. Just trying to ramp up guys, and only have them for a month or so and then get ready to play in the middle of February. But so I think that's a big piece of it. But they're trying to grow, into gaining more fans, trying to grow the game. And I think that's really what the NCAA is trying to do with a lot of this. And obviously us being fans, we want to go out and watch baseball in nice weather, so I think that is a big piece here in what coaches are, programs are trying to do. And, I think that they can get bigger crowds in, March, April, May, June for that matter. So it'll be interesting to see how this all plays out. It's something, like I said, that coaches have been really working for a long time, and now coaches are on board. So it's going to certainly look creative for summer ball stuff. But it's also going to give a lot more kids the opportunity to play, those Division II, Division III, NAI guys, junior college guys. It's going to give them an opportunity to get a little bit more exposure in the summertime.
Yeah, and that's super exciting. It'll be interesting to see all the changes that come out of this. Do you think the reduction of the number of rounds in the MLB draft drastically affects college baseball, and how will players work to get noticed by scouts now?
Well, the scouts certainly got their hands full now, I think, on all this. It's going to create a lot more work for them. And I think summer ball, like this summer, could be really valuable for a lot of guys getting out and the chance to be seen. But certainly going from 40 rounds to 5 rounds is pretty drastic. And I know that they're trying to, before all this happened, there was some talk about reducing minor league stuff in the first place. So it's going to get a little dicey, I think, and really when we get down to it, but and to add to all this, when all the COVID stuff hit, is able to allow student athletes in the spring sports to not lose a year of eligibility. So these students, athletes, have the opportunity to go back. These seniors have an opportunity to go back to school, and everybody else doesn't lose a year. So it's really going to come into, a lot of bottleneck here programs. So you're going to have, this incoming class that's moving on to college now is trying to have to adapt to that as well. So, college programs are certainly being affected by this with the rosters, et cetera. But the scouts certainly are going to have their hands full in trying to get out and see guys. And but that's, we'll have to see how it all plays out. But certainly, the summer ball is going to be very big for a lot of student athletes here this summer, and certainly going right into fall for next year too.
Thank you for that. One more thing before we kind of wrap up. We always get some fan submitted questions. So the first one is, what is the hardest part of coaching so many different personalities?
That's an interesting one, because certainly for us, we try to build a little bit of a relationship with these guys before they come to us in the summertime, but that's really what makes summer ball so unique. Is, we're trying to learn on the fly. We're trying to get to know everybody, and you see, to me, seeing these players that's the uniqueness of baseball. Seeing these guys just know each other for 20 minutes and they're like best friends already, and so they're just jumping on a bus, we're going to Michigan or whatever, like opening day, and you got a bunch of guys that don't know each other, and 2 hours later the bus is loud, everybody's having a good time. So that's kind of the cool thing about summer ball, is just getting guys from all over the country. And but that's the uniqueness of baseball too. You just got a lot of guys that are just classy individuals with different personalities, and the humor in the dugout. I mean, that's half of it too. It's a lot of fun just to be around these guys. But I guess to branch off of it though, in the baseball aspect of it, you're just getting to learn from so many different players of what they do in their programs, and it's just an opportunity. It's not even a coach-player relationship. It's just a baseball guy to a baseball guy relationship at this point, with the summer ball. So it's really unique, and just fortunate to be a part of it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd imagine it's a great time. It's fun, and you also have such an amazing role being able to kind of be a mentor in some of these guys' lives too. So it's really neat. The next question might be the best one. Honest thoughts on Luke Sommerfeld's at bat in the summer of 19, submitted by the one and only Luke Sommerfeld.
Oh boy, he's going to be missed. He wasn't getting shortchanged, let's put it that way. He was going to get his money's worth in that at bat, and I'm glad that we got an opportunity to give him that one, because he certainly earned it. And it's really exciting to be able to watch his career. He's a first-class person, that's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for your time again. Enjoy the beautiful weather up there. Thanks everyone for tuning in today, and we will see you next time on our next one-on-one.